While many MMA fighters opt for a subdued victory celebration, some go overboard to express how excited they are. Many celebrations are about showing pride, but even more are about insulting the opponent who just lost. Every MMA fan has a different perspective on celebrations, but most of them think that as long as they are respectful, they are fine. Whether a win celebration is a fighter's signature move or not, there have been a lot of memorable ones over the years. Here are some of them. Michael Page's Infinity Gauntlet. Michael tends to think out entertaining ways to celebrate his victories, unlike other fighters, who don't give their post-fight celebrations any attention. Many believe Page often crosses the line, and his celebrations are always the subject of controversy, but a fan favorite involves an Infinity Gauntlet. What better way to convey a message about domination than donning a glove that gives the user unlimited power? The Marvel Cinematic Universe made the prop famous in recent years. Page put on a replica of the gauntlet and struck a posture to warn anyone who dared defy him what would happen. Brock Lesnar's bull riding. There are very few things worse for a fighter than realizing they have just been dominated. In the waning seconds of their match, Brock Lesnar pretended to ride Heath Herring like a bull to express his satisfaction with his performance. The taunt happened before the final bell, but most of the fans watching felt the fight was already done. Brock proceeded to celebrate and laugh at Herring's expense while pretending to twirl around a rope. Justin Gaethje's Octagon Backflip. Many fighters have participated in the dramatic Octagon Backflip celebration, following a significant victory over the years. Aiden Stephen, Michael Chandler, and, of course, Justin Gaethje are all known for their risky Octagon backflips. It's an occasion that may be quite significant for a fighter's career, and the celebration adds a lot of show to it. For those who have never witnessed one of the amazing flips, a fighter often climbs the cage following a victory, before launching into a tremendous backflip and landing back inside the cage. No matter who does the dangerous flip, the moments are always breathtaking to see. Chuck Liddell's intense scream. Sometimes, a simple shout is all a warrior needs to celebrate. Chuck Liddell personified it when, following certain significant or decisive victories, he'd scream intensely, signaling to everyone there exactly how fired up he was for a fight. For a while, no opponent wanted to hear that scream, because they knew Liddell could deal out some terrible punishment. As there's something visceral about a man screaming for more after a good win, the shout helped draw in new viewers to the show. Roy Nelson's belly rub. Because Roy Nelson doesn't look like a real MMA fighter, he's a huge fan favorite. He seems like the kind of guy you should have a beer with at the local pub on the weekends. So it should come as no surprise when Roy puts his big belly on display, as he rubs it after knocking someone out. As for celebrations, Roy's truffle shuffle dance will always be something to remember with a smile. Michael Page's Pokeball. The post-fight antics and insults of Page have drawn criticism from many MMA fans, but many others enjoy seeing what he can come up with. Despite the fact that he donned the Infinity Gauntlet, many claim that donning a Pokemon cap was his most famous celebration. He rolled a replica Pokeball in the direction of his opponent before making a pose in the cage. The thought was that he had defeated his opponent so thoroughly that he could have captured him like a creature from the game. Despite being cruel, many people liked it. Jose Aldo rushed into the crowd. On the surface, Jose Aldo's most famous celebration appears to be quite straightforward, but the more you read about it, the more amazing it seems. It was evident how much it meant to Aldo and the crowd that he defeated Chad Mendes at UFC 142 in his native Brazil. Aldo rushed out of the cage and into the Brazilian audience without waiting a second. Nearly immediately, the audience embraced their brave warrior, and soon the fighter would be carried onto the shoulders of the supporters for one of the greatest MMA celebrations ever. BJ Penn licks blood of his gloves. The legendary fighter BJ Penn is known for his uncomplicated, but undeniably disgusting post-game celebration. After a convincing victory, he always gave the impression of being a wildman, but many spectators turned away when he licked his opponent's blood off his gloves. The clear message in the celebration is that he enjoyed the pain he just inflicted on his opponent, and it won't be long before another person suffers the same fate. While shocking to witness, it contributed to Penn's legendary status. Tito Ortiz's grave digging. No matter how many different opinions fans may have about Tito Ortiz, it's impossible to deny that his post-fight celebration was among the best ever. When he was at the height of his game, he could overwhelm his rivals and would help them by acting like he was preparing a grave for them after a victory. The straightforward celebration after a huge victory quickly became recognizable and spread to other sports. The act of digging the grave symbolized the end of a chapter and the hunt for a new enemy. Forrest Griffin displays his genuine happiness. The best celebrations occasionally occur when the victor displays his genuine happiness. Older UFC fans will certainly never forget Forrest Griffin's decisive victory against Shogun Rua. Although Griffin was well liked by the audience, no one had high hopes for him. It's difficult to match the expression on Griffin's face as he ran around the cage following his victory. It was an expression of sheer excitement and surprise that only served to connect the fan-favorite athlete to his fanbase even more. It's a celebration that everyone should take part in at some point in their lives. Which celebrations are your favorites? Let me know in the comments. Also, check out other incredible achievements on my channel. Link in the description. Like and subscribe for more.